Hello, students, and welcome to math class today. It's Monday, March 8th, and today we are starting something new in our school. We're going to be rewarding best behavior, and we'll be talking about that a little bit in every class today. So our do now today is all about being our best, BEST. Now, I know that many of you know what that stands for. So I know you're going to be your best because I already know that most of you are your best, and I appreciate that. But we have a do now that we're going to talk about. Specifically, we're going to talk about being our best in the halls. Our objective today is to continue to add linear equations like we've been doing. And our essential question, how can we add those linear equations? Remember, these are the equations on a graph. They will make a line. And then how do we know when to use the power rule? So we're starting with that a little bit. So let's complete the do now. Let's complete the 2 pages. There's an extra practice page and an error analysis. You know, I love those error analysis. Complete the exit ticket and make sure to show your work to me. Great job when you do that. Remember, if it's not finished, still show it before the end of the period so you get credit for working hard. If you don't finish, you could finish it up later for homework. Let's remember, Pi Day is coming, and you have the opportunity to get credit for participating in Pi Day. Lots of prizes and lots of fun activities. So we'll get back to our exit ticket. So here is our do now. And BEST stands for be respectful, exhibit leadership, stay engaged, and tackle challenges. And specifically, we want to talk about in math class how we can be our best in the hallways. And it's something we want to do because we want to keep our hallways safe for everyone. And we want our school to be a really fun place to be. But we also know that we have this COVID environment and that we have to be very mindful of social distancing and keeping our mask on. So I would like you to talk about that and answer right there. So today, as I said, we're going to add linear expressions. If there is some distributing that we have to do, we'll do that first. I don't think these have that. But remember, the most important thing is that you need to combine like terms. If the terms are not alike, they cannot be combined. So we're going to use the integer rules, use the rules for positives and negatives, adding those positives and negatives. So we have negative 6x minus 8, and we're adding today. Everything is adding, and to that we're adding 2x minus 6. So negative 6x plus 2 is, so think of it like this, negative 6 plus 2 will equal negative 4. So it will be negative 4x. Now we have to add negative 8 minus 6. And negative 8 minus 6 equals negative 14. So it will be negative 4x minus 14 will be our final answer. Let's look at number 2. We're going to calculate the sum. Remember, there's a negative here. Negative x minus 10 plus 6x plus 5. Remember, if there's no sign in front of a number, we can assume it's positive. We have an invisible 1 in front of negative x, so this can be thought of as negative 1x. So we've got negative 1 plus 6, which will be 5x, and to that we are adding, we have the negative 10 plus 5, which will equal negative 5, so 5x minus 5 is our final answer. Number 3, we will calculate the sum 2x minus 1 plus negative 7x minus 11. So we've got 2x minus 7x, 2x plus a negative 7x. And that's the same, we could have written it this way, 2x minus 7x, which will give us negative 5x. And now we have negative 1 plus negative 11. So negative 1 minus 11 equals negative 12. So that would be 5x minus 12. And let's scroll down to number 4. I lost my place a little bit. Here we go. There we are. Okay, negative 3x plus negative 5x, and then negative 4 plus 7. We can only combine like terms. So negative 3 minus 5 equals negative 8. So that would be negative 8x. And then we have negative 4 plus 7. So negative 4 plus 7 equals a positive 3. So that would be negative 8x plus 3. And then number 5, we have negative 8x minus 2, negative 5x minus 2. So negative 8 minus 5 would be negative 13. So that would be negative 13 on the x's. And then for the constants, we have negative 2 minus 2, which will be negative 4. So let's go up to number 6. And we will calculate negative 8x plus 2 plus 4x minus 3. So negative 8x plus 4, so that would be negative 8 plus 4, which would be negative 4, so that would be negative 4x. Then we have plus 2 minus 3, so that would be 2 minus 3, which equals negative 1. So negative 4x minus 1. Number 7, why don't you try a few of these on your own? I'm going to wait for a minute and try a few of these on your own, and then let's see how you do with them on your own. And then come back to the video. Okay, so how did you do? Our next one is 3x plus 4 plus x minus 6. So we've got 3, we have an invisible 1 here, so 3 plus 1, that's easy, 4x. Then we have 4 minus 6, and 4 minus 6 is negative 2, so 4x minus 2. Number 8, 9x plus 2 plus 3x plus 3. This is a real easy one. 9x plus 3x is 12x. 2 plus 3 is 5. 12x plus 5. Okay, number 9, 12x minus 14 plus 2x plus 3. So first it's 12 plus 2, so that's 14x. And then it's negative 14 plus 3, which equals negative 11. So our final answer is 14x minus 11. Number 10, 11x plus 3 plus a negative x, and this can be thought of as a negative 1x minus 5. So 11 minus 1 is 10, so that would be 10x. Positive 3 minus 5 equals negative 2, so that would be 10x minus 2. And that's it for that page. Let's go on to the error analysis. and see how we do with that. So first, we have 3x plus 6 plus 2 minus 9x. So this person put them all together, which is okay. And then they got 5x minus 3. But look what they did. They have an x. We started out with x on the 9, and they moved the x to where the 2 is. You can't do that. So that's what they did wrong. They moved the x with variable. Can't do that. So that's not good. And then, of course, this answer is incorrect. So let's solve this correctly. We'll rewrite it first. 3x plus 6 plus 2 minus 9x. Now, even though the x's are not at the beginning of each expression, they still must be combined. Just because the x is in the second place in the second expression doesn't mean you can combine it with the 6. You can't combine the 2 with the 3x when you add and subtract. So we're going to combine the 3 minus 9. So 3 minus 9 equals negative 6. So the x's would be negative 6x. And then we have 6 plus 2, which is 8. So our final answer is 6x plus 8. So try the next one yourself, and then come back and let's see if you can figure out what you did wrong. Okay, so did you try it by yourself? Let's see how you did. So for number 2, we have 3x squared, or that's to the power of 2, plus 1 plus 4x plus 2x squared to the power of 2. So they rewrote it 3x squared plus 1 plus 4x plus 2x, and we can already see what the problem was. The problem is that they are missing the exponent. And that's right there. So let's correct that problem. So first we'll rewrite it. We have 3x squared plus 1 plus the quantity of 4x plus 2x squared, and that's another quantity. Now, I'm going to change my color so you pay attention. We have an x squared term and an x squared term. Those can be combined. We cannot combine 4x. This term, this x right here, cannot be combined with the x squared term when we add and subtract. So we're going to add 3 plus 2 to give us 5x squared. And then we only have one x term, so we'll put that next. So it's plus 4x. And then we have one constant, and that is the number 1. So we cannot combine this any further than that. That's as far as we can go. And then our final problem for today, we have 3 terms in the first expression, 5x squared minus x, and that's an invisible 1 right there, plus 2. And then on the right side, we're adding 3x squared minus 10x. So let's see what's going on. They took the parentheses away and wrote 5x squared minus x plus 2 plus 3x squared plus 10x, and that's the problem. And that's going to give them the wrong answer here. They wrote subtraction instead of addition. Or I'm sorry, they wrote addition instead of subtraction. It should be subtraction. So let's do this correctly. First, we'll rewrite the problem. 5x squared minus x, that's got an invisible 1 in front of it, plus 2 plus 3x squared minus 10x. So we'll start with the x squared terms first. We have 5x squared plus 3x squared. 5 plus 3 is 8x squared. So that takes care of that. Now we've got negative 10x minus 1x. So this is negative 1 minus 10, which will be negative 11. So that's going to be negative 11x. And then we only have one constant. That's a number without a variable. That's our plus 2. And this cannot be simplified any further. We're done with that. So let's go back to our exit ticket, which asks us, and let's get a color that will show up well, what are the only kinds of terms that we can combine together? And we can only combine like terms together. I hope you did a great job on your best do now. And I'm so proud of what you've been doing in math class. We have had a very, unique year, and you guys are really staying the course. You're doing a great job. You're staying with it, and I'm so proud of all of your hard work. Thank you for all you do, and don't forget to show it to the teacher. And remember, with practice, you'll be great.